All right.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
How are you doing tonight, Brooks?
I'm good. How are y'all? Hi, Sarah.
Hello, hello.
We're just peachy.
Just peachy.
Yep.
I'm just a little bottle of pumpkin spice and everything nice.
I laid down earlier and was taking a nap, and thank God that Brooks or somebody made a group call and woke me up.
Yeah, that was Scott.
Scott,
Yep.
thank you, Scott, for the wake up call because I woke up and I had like 50 messages on my phone. I was out. I stayed up last night working on a lot of videos and stuff.
Hi, Belinda. Hi, Candace.
Hello, Keith, and there's Scott B.
Sharon.
Sharon.
Hi, Mike and Pumpkin Spice.
Lisa, Nancy. We said Lori, right?
I don't think so.
Carolyn and Amy, and
There's Randy.
there's old Randy.
And Tracy and Robin,
Yep, Tracy and Robin, a Razor's Edge.
Carolyn.
Hey, Razor's Edge made it. He said he finally.
Hey, Scott. Hey, Emmy.
There's old Scott. We know we're in trouble tonight if Scott's here.
Hi, Tracy.
Hello, Carolyn. Good to see you.
Mom.
Hello, Amy.
James.
Oh,
Sharon.
so is everybody ready for New Year's? I'm ready for New Year's.
Yeah.
Are you ready for a new year?
I'm ready.
I'm ready to kick this year off. It's got to be better than last year, right?
Definitely.
This year is going to be top 100.
100,000 million.
There you go.
Quadrillion.
We're just going to put numbers to infinity.
And beyond. Hello, coffee bar lady. Oh, my goodness. It's been a crazy year. It has been a crazy year. A lot of my friends, Steve and Lisa, he's lost a lot of family, and another friend of mine, Andrea, she's lost 3 family members in about 3 months.
That's terrible.
A lot of people are having a really tough year this year, and
Yeah.
but we're going to talk about some werewolves tonight, some national parks, and nothing makes a bad year better than talking about somebody getting ate by a creature.
Werewolf. That's
Well,
terrible.
Hey,
you
Silver
said
Bullet.
that somebody getting ate this year
Yeah.
by a creature. I said, like a werewolf.
Our goal this year for our boots on the ground is we're going to try to
Now.
get enough money to where we can put some deer cams out at some hot spots and try to catch some activity. I think that would be neat to hide some cameras. Me and Sarah's going to go to the depths of hell. We're going to march all the way in there.
You're going to march by yourself to there. Nowhere close to that place.
Hey, Kobe, good to see you. Hello, Robin. But yeah, we're going to.
Hey, Cubot, how are you?
Cubot.
We're going to do a lot more, hopefully, boots on the ground.
Nope.
Everybody wants us to go out New Year's Eve night because evidently, I didn't know this.
Yeah, I know. I read about it.
There's
something to do with the moon.
Yep. So
you want me to get attacked?
No, we're going to go down there and we're going to make a circle.
No, I'm not.
We're going to build a fire in it, and I'm going to do my Indian dance.
By yourself?
No, you're going to film it.
No. You need to get you you got a tripod, set it up and dance in front of it for yourself.
No, because I need you to run up there and get close up.
No, I'm not getting close ups. You can use the zoom in and out.
I'm gonna wear my loincloth and my spear.
I'm definitely not going.
And I'm gonna get that big long feather that thing left Sarah and stick it in my head.
I burned it.
Yeah.
I burned it.
Oh.
Well, hopefully they'll bring you another one.
No, hopefully they don't.
While we're down. Yeah, that's what A Par says. Probably a drunk cryptid. I'm gonna have Sarah wear this new bacon cologne that they have out.
I'm gonna pour bacon grease on your head.
That's all right. She's strapping a roast on your back.
I don't know if Mom would let her. Mom would attack me then. Mom loves roast. Attraction Power said, "Hello, Sister Sarah. What did I miss?"
Hey, Abstraction, how are you doing? Mike's trying to use me for bait again in a circle with the fire while he does an Indian dance in his loincloth holding these, what'd you say, spear or something?
Yeah.
No way. Nope.
Yeah, I'm going to try to keep it PG. My loincloth goes down to my knees.
Oh,
So
Wear
that
a
way,
kilt.
yeah, but the back of it barely covers my ass cheeks. So I'll have to be careful whenever I do my cartwheel.
oh my God.
TMI, TMI.
So, Brooke, how was your day?
Oh,
It was
Sharon
fine.
said, "Don't forget who carries the keys." That's true.
Yeah, I always have the keys. If I go, keys are in hand around my pointer finger.
Tracy said, "Too much information."
We think alike. Yeah.
I'll show everybody my tattoo.
Ooh.
I don't have a tattoo. Mom said that's just a skid mark.
Skid mark.
Good
Hi,
Lord.
Kay.
All right. What?
LMAO, Attraction Power.
Yeah, it won't be long. I'll be wearing elder cloths, depends. There ain't no telling.
Don't. He already wears it. Depends. It's okay, guys.
Yeah, got me some camo depends.
To go with these camo snake boots.
Yeah. Mom said to tell Tracy hello.
She said hi to her. See?
Oh, okay. Yeah, she said hi, Kay. All right. Yeah, I don't wear G strings because they make me itch. But
Oh,
I
TMI.
I'd be picking at myself all night if I wore one of those.
See what she said.
Sarah,
Oh,
where's that elbow? Remember?
I'm gonna start using these.
I don't know how they wear a G string. I'd be walking around picking my crack all night. That'd drive me nuts.
I'm not even gonna go there.
It'd feel like you was wearing your pants too tight. You'd be walking like that, like a duck.
Scott says Mike will look like a feral person.
Oh God, Sarah would leave me
I
then.
would. I'd run over you.
I'll go over and grab some of those ashes and smear them on my face and start dancing and shaking.
No. Huh?
Oh my goodness. All right, everybody. I guess I better get down to business.
Yes. Yes, you should.
And just look forward to the dance tomorrow night.
Nope.
I think what we're going to do tomorrow. I haven't even told the mods this. I always surprise them too.
Yeah, don't do that.
I think tomorrow night we're going to do a live because we're going to go do the boots on the ground, and I'm thinking that what we might do is, would you all rather see a video of the boots on the ground, or would you all rather us go live with you all tomorrow night with the boots on the ground? Because we found out it's too hard to try to do both, to make a video and do a live, because we kind of want to be watching around us a little bit instead of just looking at bright cameras.
Yeah.
Because one of us would get 8 out there trying to.
You.
Well, because I would taste sweet. They probably would attack me first.
No, you taste like poop. That's why they want you.
They'd be rolling in you like a dog. But yeah,
I'm saying live.
Live. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do a live. I guess it's supposed to be a pretty powerful moon tomorrow night. Sarah, I guess, has looked that up. I don't know much about those kind of.
I forget what kind of moon it is, but it's basically where all like the Satanists, the witches, and everybody, they go to like their podiums or whatever it is, and they stand there. They try to cast spells. They do spells on themselves for like make them more beautiful. And
Well, y'all aren't doing that though.
no,
I was born beautiful. I don't need to do that.
They do. They are talking about some of them, like the more higher power type witches. They look for children and animals. So they'll do like blood rituals and things like that.
Right.
Ugh.
She said my grandsons will be there with me. I don't want them to see you in a G-string. Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. I would probably cause a whole lot of divorces and stuff, and I wouldn't want to be
Oh,
responsible for
Lord.
that. And I'd probably end up having to buy a lot of people their dinner back too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to wear a lot of
I
clothes.
can't.
I wouldn't have to wear a
Stop.
lot of clothes though, because I am a hairy person. I'm like one of them feral people.
Oh my God.
Uh,
You shouldn't have slept before you did this live.
I got too much energy, guys. Uh, there is a video that we put out uh, for the Patreon people. If you all have not checked, if you're a Patreon member, there's also going to be a video coming out that me and Sarah is going to release. It will be for Patreon and members only at first, and then we'll probably drop it 2 weeks later. But if you guys would like early access to things coming up and videos, it will be in the Patreon and members only. I can't read that far away what I wrote down. I already talked to y'all about the boots on the ground we're going to be doing tomorrow night.
Just not the circle.
Maybe we can take my mom down there and she can help do the dance and video.
Right. Nope. You guys go together. You
Come
can
on,
video
Kay.
her you dance, and you can video her while
No,
she dances.
you got to dance
No, I ain't dancing.
in the fire.
No.
And I got it all wrote down, the words to say when you dance.
Nope.
But
Nope.
let's see. I guess first things first. We will knock this out of the way. As y'all know, there has been a ongoing. Some people call it a war. Some people call it a feud. I don't know what you would call it, really. Nonsense, I guess. And it's been with Josh Turner, PRT. But I'm not going to say that Josh Turner was the only one that suffered. His family suffered as much as my family suffered. Both families have paid a price. There was people in the middle. I spoke to Josh today, and we came to the realization that our feud should have ended a long time ago, but there were people that wanted to fuel this fire.
Instigators.
Yes. And, like Josh said on his last live, they were always there to throw kerosene on the fire. When the fire would die down, they were always there to reignite it. You know, he sent me a message and he said, if you want peace, let's talk. And I was glad to get that message because I think peace is important in everybody's life. We all need peace. I'd like to start off by just saying that Nellie, I know that her health right now, I'm not going to go into details, but I know that she's having trouble. And a lot of people are having trouble, but, keep Nellie in your prayers.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, I believe is his name. I'm hoping I get their names right. I don't know Mushu's real name. I think it's Tony. Is that right?
I don't know.
I think. I don't know. But Mushu, I know everybody knows what I'm talking about when I say Mushu because I think that's what he goes by. But Nellie, Anthony, Mushu, there were a lot of things said out of anger on both sides. And I wanted to address you guys and tell you, I apologize for that. I want to see us move forward. It does not mean that we have to be friends right now, that we're going to trust each other. But the main thing that we need to be is human beings. Mm-hmm. And, I apologize to you guys that, all this has happened for as long as it's happened, and also I apologize to my family and to my subscribers.
Yes.
But there was a reason that we had to do what we had to do. and you know, it just needed to end. It was time for this to come to an end to where PRT can focus on their channel. They just hit 30,000, and congratulations to you guys for hitting a milestone.
Way to go, Josh.
That is a good number.
Mm-hmm.
That it takes a lot of work, and I'm like Josh, like what Josh said. He said, I'm ready for this to end, and I am too. Then I want, yeah, we are. We're ready for it just to be done. And then I'd like to address Josh. Josh, thank you for sending me a message and for seeking peace. I know it's going to be hard to do. It's going to be hard for us to accomplish because there's a lot of water under the bridge. There's a lot of just both sides of attacks. But I know that me and you hold our course, and I keep your name out of my mouth and you keep yours or mine out of yours. We will achieve this. There's going to be people that's not going to want to see us achieve this. But it has to be something that we want enough that we hold the course. And I think others will follow. There's other things going on right now that I cannot go into, and I have to be careful right now at my wording. But there is other people, and they are not, and I repeat, they are not PRT, but they have done some really bad things. Their day on this channel is coming. I learned a whole lot today, and it's going to change everything. I feel like it was a blessing from God. And anytime that you have peace or seeking peace, that has to come from God. But also the knowledge that we gained today is priceless. But again, I would like to say, Nelly, Anthony, Mushu, I apologize for all the sinister things that were said out of anger. I'm sorry that happened, but I would like to say to you guys, New Year's is coming up tomorrow night. I cannot control other people, but what I can control is me and my group right here. And I can ask my subscribers, let's drop this and let's strive for peace. And you guys and Josh, don't worry about the drama tomorrow. You all have a happy new year, a safe new year with your family. Put this behind us. Let's start a new year on the right foot at focusing on our channels, our subscribers, our content, and our investigations, and quit wasting time on these senseless fights. Because all we're doing is we're fueling our enemies that are sitting in the background that are trying to they're trying to grow off of us fighting. And that leads me to my next one. I'm not going to say his name completely,
Hold
but
on, before you go into that, whenever you were mentioning Nelly and Mushu and Tony in the apology, I just wanted to add Josh's name into that as well.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yes, Herbert, wipe the slate clean. Now, it's going to be hard, but I believe that it's achievable. And I've told Josh, I cannot control the trolls, and Josh cannot control the trolls either, guys. If somebody says something, we can't control that, but what we can do, we can remove them from our chats, and we don't have to support that. And and I know he'll do the same because I know he wants peace as much as we want peace, and I do. I congratulate you, PRT, on 30,000. I hope you all have a blessed new year. And I say, let's start this new year off and let's just focus on our channels. Josh will be on tomorrow night, and he's also going to address some things to our channel. And I think he has his apologies that he wants to say. So go check him out tomorrow night. Now, the other troublemakers, they don't get off the hook because they done something that they should have never have done. And I'm just glad to have the information that I have now. We'll pass that because I can't go into that, but thank God I have what I have now. Mr. Dogman.
Okay, I know who you're talking about now.
I don't want to give your full name because I don't want to give you any more recognition than what you have already gotten. But you know who I'm talking to, and I know you're watching. I came to your chat this morning, and I used to support you. But today, I saw a different side of you. And I think that you revealed your true intentions and what you really want. You are a bully that you say you stand against because you're taking one-sided information and running with it like it's the truth. And you're attacking many, many channels. You've attacked me. You've attacked PRT. You've attacked other channels. That doesn't make you the solution to the problem. It makes you part of the problem. It needs to stop. But I know what your goal is, I believe, and your goal is to piggyback off of all of this drama to grow your own channel. And if y'all, I hate to give him views, if y'all know who I'm talking about, you can go watch for yourself. He said on his show today, Brooks was there, I don't want you and Josh to have peace. I'm going to make sure that the war continues.
He did.
We don't want that. And Dogman, you don't have the power to make that continue because me and Josh are very headstrong people. We're both hard-headed, and we've decided that's what we're going to achieve.
I think practically you and Josh both have washed your hands of him.
Yes, we're done with him. I do not support him. If you are subscribed to him, I would say unsubscribe from him because he is an outright blatant warmongerer among the channels.
Yeah, by saying that, I mean he's just practically thriving on
he's
conflict.
Yes, he is building his channel
on conflict.
On our pain.
Yeah.
And he wants to call everybody, look at all those billies. And you know, he's the bully. He's the one that's attacking. And
another instigator.
Yeah, he's an instigator. He came on to our chat the other night whenever I had DDoS on, and he had the full intention of disrupting my channel. I have never went to his channel to disrupt it, not one time. But today when I went, I was met by him with fury. And I was surprised that my sister was also in there. It has to stop, guys. And I'm thrilled today with the information I received because after the first of the year, it's going to be used. And I know blessings are coming. That was a huge blessing today. I look forward to having peace. You know, I think everybody does, honestly.
I mean, it's been so stressful on us, and we know on our subscribers, and we thank you for sticking it out with us.
It's been a tough ride, and eventually the subscribers are going to find out who the root of all this trouble was. That is, you can ask Brooks, Sarah. That has been my goal since day one, was to expose them. And that day, I believe, is not far. Do you think it's close with what we have now?
Yeah.
What we have now is going to be detrimental to the enemy. They shouldn't have done what they done.
It was a conspiracy.
With PRT aside.
Yeah, this is not PRT.
Yeah, there's more still today that are still trying to get the fire lit. I mean, between PRT and Mike. But now that all that's gone away, now they're moving to someone else to try to start this fire back up.
And I believe what's going to happen, this is just me, with the peace that we're obtaining right now between the two channels, I believe, I mean, we received enough information today that we're going to get what we want now. But I believe that it's going to open up other lanes of communication now. I believe that Josh's people are going to bring us more things, and our people are going to support PRT.
Mhm.
There's enough people out there to support both channels, guys. It doesn't have to be, you guys are just mine.
I think it would be great if everybody could get along.
I do. I want that so bad. I want peace.
You know?
And I'm not just going to tell you guys that. Watch my channel, guys.
Mhm.
I'm not going to bring that back up unless it's brought back up. We're going to show you that we want peace.
Mhm.
Peace is what we want.
And on that, if there's anything that's like said, to like Josh or Mushu or Anthony or Tony, I don't really know his name completely, but you guys are more than welcome. Even Nelly, you're welcome to reach out to me personally on Facebook. I encourage you, if you have questions, you can come to me and ask me. That way, you're not just getting what somebody else is telling you or anything like that in the future. That way, you guys can make your own judgments from what you get.
Yeah, me and Josh today now, we have, Josh even said, he goes, Mike, I noticed, on Messenger that we never did block each other.
Mhm.
And that was a good thing.
Mhm.
We now have an open line of communication. And that way he can share stuff with me and I can share stuff with him. Yeah, Dog Man he's turned into a hate group, to a hate channel.
Wait.
He's got a lot of bad foul language in his videos, the ones I've watched.
Right. Qbot, thank you for that, but let's not support him or give him airtime. He's dangerous. He is
Yeah.
vile. He is some of the content that he's doing over there. I don't even know how it's staying up right now because he's uh, alleging sex acts and stuff on videos, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But
It's
he's a little channel. He's nothing to worry about. So
no, he I think he has like 16 people in there at a time. But what we need to make sure is he doesn't grow because he is vile, and if he ever gets traction, he'll be detrimental to the whole community, not just us, but to everyone out there. And you know what else I'd like to say tonight? I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there since I'm in a giving mood tonight. Jessica Jones from the Cryptid Huntress. I would like to say to you also,
Here you go. You need to read that.
I'm sorry that we got off on a bad foot. A lot of what I believe and what you believe, it was, again, people in the middle fueled that fire. Uh, just because I don't necessarily believe with something you do is right, and I'm sure there are things that I do that you believe aren't right, but I would like to say to you, I'd like to apologize, and I would like to be able to try and work on things together because I did enjoy coming on your show. We had great shows, and I hated that ended. So, Jessica Jones, I just wanted to say to you, I hope that we can at least work on things, and this community needs to come together. There's enough out there that wants to destroy us, and I think that we need to come together. And I think
yeah.
now I have learned a lot from what's happened. I have learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that, even though us and PRT, we had this big battle, it wasn't just necessarily us and PRT. It was the people in the background that were
Hmm.
fueling this fire.
That don't have channels.
Right, and they were just, destruction. And you know it's the stress of it alone,
Yeah.
of just having a channel, of trying to
Well,
research, and everything. Then you turn around and you got all this other stuff that's coming up, and it's just like, man, I just want to talk about cryptids. I miss me and Sarah, Kaylee going out investigating, not having to worry about, the next show, who's going to fight, who's going to say this.
Who's gonna attack the chat?
Yeah, who's going to attack, who's going to attack. I
you
just
know,
want to go out and do what we're here to do and share information.
well, it's really sad that people do that. I mean, there's something wrong because to just attack and to keep attacking, to try and destroy families, lives, that's cruel and heartless.
And I learned a lot today because there were things that I was told, and after talking to Josh, I found out were not true.
Hmm.
But that's okay. I now have stuff on my enemy that I know now, and I can't go into it, and I know Josh will understand because he understands my situation, but I can't talk directly about it right now. But I will say, I'm very glad that I talked to Josh because I got my eyes opened on a lot of stuff too and learned a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's kind of like the hole got a little bit smaller.
oh yeah, yeah, we
Yeah.
we, we learned a whole lot. And like I told Josh, I told him on the phone today, I said, you guys have a happy new year and do not worry about me or my circle, which is my moderators and Sarah and Kaylee. I can't control you guys. I can ask you guys, and I'll ask right now. If you're attacking PRT, if you're trolling PRT, I'm going to ask you guys to please adhere to our peace treaty. Let's stop. I don't want that to happen. If you're doing that, um, I just, I'm thankful he came to me with the information that he had. Josh, to me, manned up. Um,
Yeah.
he made, yeah, he made the first. He messaged me, guys. He's the one that messaged me,
Yes.
and I'm glad he did. I am so glad he did. I was tired of it too, and I'm not normally. My family's been attacked in a way that nobody understands,
Yeah.
and I don't have a choice but to do what I'm doing, and I just can't go into that now. I know who you're talking about. Well, it's not just the 80/80 that I'm talking about. I learned a lot of information about a lot of things today.
Mm-hmm.
And all you have to do is go to my page and look up the definition of conspiracy.
Thank you, Tony. We appreciate that.
Um, we learned a whole lot today, which is going to be great. And if y'all haven't checked out PRT, go check out PRT. But just like we talked about today, he doesn't, go and attack me. I'm not going to attack him.
Nope.
That's our truce right now.
But just keep in mind that there's probably going to be people out there that are saying that we're attacking you.
Right.
Because that's just a given.
But you're not going to see us do it on here. You're not going to see it come
No.
from us. And I know Josh won't do it either.
No.
I know he won't.
No.
So I believe we're going into a new year, hopefully a more prosperous year for everybody.
Clean new year.
Yes.
Clean slate.
Just clean it up. And I am, 30,000 people, that's a good number to achieve. That's big. And that's what and he even gave me advice today on my channel. I enjoyed that. That was we should be able to talk. You know, and not, not just with PRT. It should be with anybody. If I want to, talk to this channel, that channel should be able to talk. We should not be fighting.
Maybe in the near future, it would be cool if one night, when all the channels are free, practically, that everybody's associated with, it'd be cool if everybody could come on a live and discuss, like different topics for a little bit.
Yeah, and that would be something, that everybody could work toward. Maybe have like once a year, have like a huge, like, all the channels get together on a live.
Like a live conference. That'd be cool.
And, we could put Brooks right in the middle and she can answer all the questions.
Poor Brooks.
Here I am. Little did I know I would be on YouTube.
You didn't know
Surprise.
you didn't know you was gonna be a star, did you?
No.
Oh, I think we should say this too, guys, while we're at it. I honestly do. Abe Sias, I'm offering you an olive branch also. If you can strive for peace, we will strive for peace with you also.
I agree. Anybody that wants peace, that means they want peace. We don't want a troll coming in.
Right. Hellbent Holler. If you guys will do to the same thing, it doesn't mean you guys have to like me. It doesn't mean you have to talk to me. But at least we can be human and we can have peace.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody else?
I think I would just say
and Bettina, Bettina
that,
Moss.
Yeah, I was fixing to say that includes Bettina.
I was just gonna say all the channels that were like against you for now.
Yeah, and if Bettina wants to, let's have peace. Let's all have peace. And any other channels that are mad at me, except for Dogman,
should be fine.
Let's have peace, because there will never be peace with him.
Oh, is it being
Oh, there's Bettina.
Yeah, there's Bettina right there.
Hey, Bettina.
You're getting somebody needs to take care of that one person. That's what I was trying to do.
He's not bad, is he?
He's spamming.
No, he's not talking about us. He's saying the dog man that attacked me had no evidence.
Oh, okay.
He's spreading rumors. Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's a good guy. I know him.
Okay.
Yeah, Bettina.
She said thank you.
Oh, and I'm proud of you too for doing it, because it takes all of us, Bettina. It's not just me. It's all of us. It needed to happen. We all deserve peace. Our families deserve peace. And I'll tell you what, and I believe this to be true. With us coming together, the larger community, Josh, he's 30,000 people. Us, we have 24,000 and rising. And Bettina's on the rise. Hellbent Holler's on the rise. Barton Nunley's on the rise. There's a lot of people doing really good work out there. And the enemy right now that has tried to use us, I would be shaking in my boots, because now everything that you have tried to do is going to be shared and you're going to be weeded out, because we're tired of the fighting. And now we see what you have done. And I learned a whole lot today about my enemies.
Yeah, I don't know the two channels really that you just mentioned, but I do know Bettina and Josh.
Yeah, Sarah doesn't know as many.
Yeah.
And I don't know a whole lot. I mean, I know a few of them. I know Bettina because me and Bettina, we used to have really good shows together.
I've talked to her before.
Yeah, I think she might have been the first show I ever went on. I think she was, wasn't she? I think that was the first live I ever done was with Bettina. And then I think my second one I done was with Jessica Jones, I think. And then I think it was D.A. Roberts, I think is what happened. But
Ugh.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you, Bettina. It's time. It's past time.
Yeah, it's past time.
And I blocked that one. It keeps getting mentioned in there, and it's making me angry.
What?
Damn an enemy. Keeps getting posted.
Whoever's saying I am the enemy, you are not the only enemy. I got information
Stacy88.
that's not just about you that's going to help me so much. So much. Brooks knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
And it wasn't just PRT today. We had people reach out to us that knew we were seeking peace and we were given a lot, a lot, a lot. Yeah, people need to stay out of people's business because what I was given today, I am going to use, and it's going to be very helpful. And I can't talk about. I want
I
to.
know.
I want to say it, but I can't. I have to be
no.
good.
But we do want to thank DDoS and Dark Waters too.
Yeah, DDoS and Dark Waters have been supporters of ours, and we're not all going to like everybody's friends, but that doesn't mean we have to judge them for it.
That's right.
Because even though we may not like them, they still may have good information that we may be able to use to put with our investigations.
Yeah.
Uh, what I'm going to also do tonight, well, I won't do it. Sarah will have to do it because it take me an hour to try to figure out where it's at.
Why?
I'm going to have Sarah go on and have her uh, unblock Josh to the channel. That way, I'm not saying he's going to. I'm not saying he has to, but I'm just saying that it'll be open to him now. I, I'm done with the fighting. I'm totally just want peace. You know, I think that will be good for everybody in the community, and we're going to see the ones that don't want peace because that's going to happen.
Yeah, you're
But
still going to have your trolls. They're still going to try and throw kerosene on the fire.
right,
But hey, we got a big water hose and we're not letting it happen.
you must have seen me in my loincloth.
Oh, God.
Oh, TMI, TMI.
There's going to be trolls no matter what. I mean, you're even going to have the trolls that are going to come in that don't even like cryptids. It's
Right,
going to bash you on, a
Mhm.
Bigfoot or a dog man or whatever.
right, and we're not all going to agree on the same thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think that's what will make for good shows is different points of view.
Absolutely.
Because I don't know, I like to listen to people, and I like a good story, like anybody else. I like to. Carolyn's calling me Tarzan. I like to listen to a good encounter. Sarah listens to encounters.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
but I before I get off on what we're going to talk about tonight, also about the other stuff, as the number one thing, guys, that I want to do is I want to give all glory to God.
Yes.
I did not do this. It
Mm-mm.
was through prayer and seeking peace,
Mhm.
and this was all done by God. I dedicate my channel to God, uh, and I just want to thank God for the peace and the information we received today. That was truly a blessing, and I give glory to God for my channel and for where it's at and everything, and my friends, and you know that's that's all you can do is just give it to God because when He does it, it'll be done right.
Amen.
Amen.
Um, I think what happened is a lot of people bared false witness,
Mhm.
and we know that now. We have proof of that now. Thank God. I needed that. God is good, and it's a happy day. It's a good day. Um, I don't know about you guys, but I honestly am very excited for the peace.
It's like a relief.
Yeah,
Yeah. It is a relief.
Yeah.
I mean, it was affecting us all.
Except for I might have to sneak down to Texas to get me some of that caviar because I've never tried caviar.
I will not eat that. Nope.
I think Josh said they had caviar. I thought I heard you say that.
I'm not eating that.
Why?
Oh
Uh-uh.
no.
You wouldn't try it?
Nope. There is like two things that I can think of that I will not eat, and that's caviar and octopus. Or nope, not happening.
Right. All right. So,
Oh, Matt,
huh?
Right
God
there.
bless you. I pray for
Well,
the IDF in Israel.
hey, yeah, he wants to come on the show. I'm guessing he's had some encounters, maybe too. Yeah, Matt. I better put this up, I guess. Email me for sure. Sometimes I forget to even put this up. There we go. Yeah, shoot me an email.
It's running at the bottom of the screen. It's abnormalinvestigation77@gmail.com. Yeah, he said yes, very bad.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, get a hold of me. We'll talk.
Yeah, I want in on that one, Mike.
You want in on that one?
Yes, I want in on that one, Mike.
Brooks has got dibs to that one.
Yep.
Tonight we was going to talk a little bit about the national parks. I've had a lot of people sending me questions about the national parks this week, and a lot of people are saying that they don't believe the national parks were made for us, but they were made to house these creatures. And it reminded me of Dennis Martin. That's a case that I looked into a lot, and I think the Green Berets showed up and took care of the problem and probably even got rid of him.
hmm
You think that was a possibility?
Yeah, if there was anything left of the poor little guy.
Right. Yeah, I think he was probably 8.
I
Uh,
don't like to think about people getting ate. That just creeps me out.
yeah, it'd be a bad day. Uh, like the Kandahar Giant, they talked about him running out there and what was like pretty much shiskabobbing a couple of
Yeah,
guys,
yeah,
and it took a lot of firepower just to bring him down. Uh, down here at our lake, they had 2 little boys that were found, that had passed away. And the
mm,
weird thing was, is they were placed underneath a log, and stuff was piled on top of them,
mm.
and that doesn't just happen either. But I don't think they ever. You know what? I could actually maybe get somebody to talk a little bit about that because I know one of the uh, rescue workers that was there. So maybe I could maybe get him to come on and elaborate a little bit about that night. Maybe. I don't know if he would because sometimes I know they don't like to talk a lot about that.
I know there's a lot that goes on in the national parks. Because, like, on that, what's that show that we used to watch? Missing 411?
Yeah.
The
hmm
little boy that was just like a couple steps behind the grandparents, and they were all going on that hike, and he just
Oh, yeah.
randomly just disappeared.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
And a lot of times whenever that happens, the poor people that lose their children, they they get blamed for it. Everybody
yeah,
always, they're the murderers, and they're already dealing with the loss of their child, and now they're being called murderers, and they're being called, you know, you done it to your child,
Hmm.
and then they're having to deal with the loss of their child. And I think that the government knows sometimes what done it, but
hmm
if you blame the family, it kind of takes the eyes off of what else could have done it.
What else is out there?
It normally gets put off like on a mountain lion or a grizzly bear or something like that.
Right. And I had a question for a lot of you guys in here tonight too. How many of you have ever went to a place like say where you might go fishing or camping or hiking or maybe just go out for the day to relax and you feel completely comfortable there. But then you go there to a place and you just feel like you can't even get comfortable. You just want to leave. Like something is totally watching you. You don't feel safe. Like, I got to get out of here.
I've done that. I think Mom's done that whenever we went fishing at that one spot.
Yeah. Because I know that it's like sometimes a place can feel safe.
Yeah.
Sometimes a place can feel scary.
The place that, like, whenever we go fishing, the safest place that I feel that we go would be our very first fishing spot that we ever went to.
And that place down there where I got hit in the ankle, well, that's just an eerie feeling. When
Yeah.
you go down
I
there.
don't like that place.
Yeah.
There's a place.
It's like you want to watch behind you more than you want to watch in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a place where I took my mom one night when we was fishing, and she was hit by a rock in the ankle, and she said that she doesn't want to ever go back there because that's just a bad feeling place.
You can
Yeah.
just feel that when you got there.
Yeah. It's creepy.
I mean, the air was hot when we got there. It's just
Thor Axe the Impaler says he only feels unsafe at his sister's house where he wants to leave. But I went down to a little pond, and I was walking a trail one day, and I was on a live, and it wasn't even a scary trail. It was during the day. Man, I got halfway down that trail, and I started feeling like I was ready to leave.
Yeah.
It felt really heavy, like something was really watching me, and I was like, "What in the world?"
In that one place that we went to, we haven't been investigating there. Whenever we rode the Foolers, remember? Whenever it was all flooded, we rode them as far as we could, and I turned around and left you.
Were the horns gone?
Yeah,
We could go down there.
that was a place that I just I wanted to go. I wanted to get out of there. That was that one, and what we call the paranormal place, and the place where Mom got hit is the absolute worst place.
I'm telling you right now, that place where we went, Brooks, where those black things were running around my feet,
Yeah, that's a paranormal place.
that really bothered me. That really bothered me. I called everybody like at 2 a.m. on that one. I was like, "Look at my feet. What is that?" And Brooks was like, "What is that?" I was like, "I don't know, Brooks.
Yeah.
I think it was trying to get me."
Yeah, because
I don't know what.
if they were mice or something, you would have seen them. There's no way
Oh,
that
yeah,
they
and
would
I
have
wouldn't
been
have been-
running around your feet and you not see them.
No,
No, they would have ran away from me anyway because they always run.
and like
Right.
moles and stuff like that would split.
And like that one thing that Scott seen, it was a little like black thing that ran out in the woods, and then it stood up really tall,
Yeah,
and then it went down little, and then ran back up by
I
me.
saw that. Yeah,
I think that was Sarah's friend,
no, ain't my friend.
but I'm not sure exactly what those were. I mean, I always thought if you've seen a ghost or something, you're going to see like a larger sized ghost. But these weren't big until that one went out there. It got big, but they really
Until
stayed.
it manifested bigger.
Well, yeah, they was manifesting right in the middle of the road.
I know.
Like they would just, and we even thought at first that they were falling out of a tree, but there was no tree there. And then Sarah's like, "Slow it down." We slowed it down, and all of a sudden you just watch it go, just manifest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What?" Because I've never experienced anything like that ever.
If I would have seen that, I mean, like the entirety of it, and that thing standing up in that video, I guarantee I'd have passed out.
Herbert said that was Fred, Sarah.
Fred?
No.
and just like Sarah seen the lady standing out there. I could not see it. I mean, I was trying because I kept telling Sarah, I was like, "I don't see it," and she's like, "Mike, she's standing right there," and I'm like, "Sarah, I don't see it." And we done this back and forth, and then the next thing, I just took my IR camera off and handed it to her. I said, "Well, if you see her, take a picture of her."
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't see her. And then Sarah took that picture that we got, and I think Scott said that he noticed that he could tell that like she was wearing a dress that looked like to him. And I
I
was
could
like,
see her leg. Yeah, I could see like she was stepping.
right.
I
was
could
like
see
an
her
old-
leg.
little girl that night we were fishing too.
See, and I
Right down
and I thought that it looked to me like it had 3 legs, and then Scott was like, "No, I don't think that's a leg. I think that's like a dress."
Yeah, it was
Mm-hmm.
like ripped.
Danny says, "I have a friend who was walking the river bottom. The river had subsided along the flood side of the bank. The county dropped slabs of concrete to reinforce the bank." He said, "Out walks this 4 foot raccoon."
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
Um, tell them about what you and was it Connor?
Yes.
Tell them what you saw that
oh, it
night.
was me and Hunter.
Tell them
Yeah,
Yeah, it was Hunter.
y'all will enjoy this story. This happened to us. Well, happened to Sarah on a fishing trip.
We were sitting down there, and Hunter and Logan, they were like running kind of behind us. They were playing. Well, anyway, Logan had went to go get a drink, and Hunter was still standing behind me. And all of a sudden, I thought he was just, being silly, just trying to scare me. He goes, "Hey, Sarah, you see a little girl standing over there?" And I was like, "What? You're kidding." He goes, "No, you see that girl over there?" So I turned around real quick, and right behind me, kind of catty corner, there's these two trees. And in the middle of these two trees was a little girl. And she had red glowing eyes, and she was in like a white nightgown type dress type thing. And uh, Hunter goes, "See, I told you she was there." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I believe you." And about that time is when I think it was Mom. That's when she said, "Don't look up in the trees. We just need to pack up and go." And yeah, she was like, "Just stay calm. Don't freak out. Just stay quiet." She goes, "Don't look up
Don't
in the
look,
trees."
Ethel.
Yeah, she did. She's like, "Don't look up in the trees. We just need to get our stuff. We need to go home for tonight." And, I was like, "Ugh, they ain't got to tell me twice." I started reeling in my pole. I grabbed my chairs and we.
And it's a lot. What Mom said was a lot like what Granny used to say, because she'd always say, "Now go over and lock that door, but don't act like there's anything out there."
Yeah.
It's like they never wanted to bring attention to it.
Right.
Whenever Mom says something like that, like, "Don't look," that's enough to make your bones rattle. I mean, I was
See,
scared. I
that's
was like,
when I want. That's when I want to look. When they say "Don't look," I want to look.
but it's just like, somebody, like Mike could be like, "Don't look over there," and you're like, "Oh, whatever." But if Mom says that, just don't look.
Yeah, Danny was saying that wasn't a raccoon though; that it was something else.
Huh.
Well, it was 4 foot tall.
Yeah, that would be pretty tall.
Hmm.
That might have been a baby something.
Ugh.
One of those feral people.
You're feral.
Huh?
You could be a feral person. And I will tell you all one thing.
Winky, winky paw.
Whenever you're driving down a dirt road and a guy climbs over a bridge and runs down the middle of the road and then falls, just boom, and dust flies up and starts slapping the ground and yelling at you, we started backing up
I threw that in reverse quick.
and he started chasing us, cussing us, to where I had to step out of the car and stop him.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually had to stop him.
What
And
he was just in the middle of the road?
He came from over the
yeah,
railing of the bridge.
he came from under the bridge.
Yeah.
He crawled up over the side of the bridge.
Wow.
That happened to us twice.
And he said, "Oh, I've been down here and my Jeep is stuck and I've been down here all day and nobody's came by." And me and Sarah's like, "No, somebody's drove by." And he was
Yeah.
like trying to lure us up there. And whenever we would, because the road was so skinny, Sarah was trying to like turn around, but I was afraid to have her try to turn around, because if we started getting sideways on that road with the two ditches, I didn't want her to fall off and get stuck with this guy coming at us. So I had to get out and stop him.
But it was weird because he kept asking for water, and we said that we had a couple bottles of water. Just stay where he was, And we'd leave him on the road, and we'd back out, and then, he could come out and get the water. He was like, no, don't leave him on the road. Don't leave him on the road. You just bring him to me. Bring him to me. I was like,
Yeah,
"Yep."
he was real adamant on us coming up to him.
Uh-uh.
And we were like, nah, we're not
Yeah.
going to do that.
Right.
Ain't no way we're going to do that. Did you all enjoy the story? I don't know if you got to watch it, Brooks. I'm sure Sarah probably didn't. She doesn't watch my stories. But
I don't like seeing you in a long call.
I think I bore her.
She sees you every day, Mike.
She is blessed to be able to do that. But what I would like to say is the guy on the motorcycle that was chased in the encounter that I done. Do you remember that one?
Uh-huh.
I had a thought about that, and I wanted your all's thoughts on it if you got to watch it, and I want Brooks's thoughts
Oh, bless me.
and your thoughts if you watched it. You probably didn't.
I didn't.
She's so supportive.
I am.
I think because the guy was riding his motorcycle there, and he was already seeing stuff. It kind of sounds to me like that night that there was a pack of them probably hunting, or it was a hunting night, because he was already seeing stuff before he ever got to his friend's house.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Not that you probably know.
Like he was already seeing apparitions before he made it to where he was going?
Werewolves.
Well, they were probably following him.
I think they were already hunting that night.
I think them things, like, seriously, with, like, the werewolves or dogmen, whichever one you want to call it, I seriously think if you run into one of those things in the woods and you make it mad, it's going to imprint itself on you and remember your scent, and it's going to follow you home.
Well, have you all noticed it? A lot of people that go into the woods, whenever they have an encounter, have you all noticed that it may not even be a huge encounter? It may just be, I saw it, I looked at it, it looked at me, and now it's at my house now.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think it's like imprints on people.
Yeah, it's like once you see it and have that connection, like Kaylee, she's got a good chance of being at dinner now because she was standing on the road.
She ain't the only one.
And her and it were like looking at each other. And Sarah had what we call Big Bertha. She has a big light. And for a second, guys, I couldn't see nothing because she had it in my face. And I was like, God, it's going to eat me because she's blinding me with our own light.
I knew that light would come in handy for something other than just seeing in the dark.
I'll just pull my gun out and just start spinning and shooting.
Oh, Lord.
No, but, Kaylee got a good look at it that night, too. And, but it seems like when people have encounters, it's like it doesn't just stop there. Like my mom, for instance, whenever she was going up the steps at Granny's house, that thing was by the porch. Well, she had that moment of eye contact, of that encounter, and then growing up through childhood up until even now when she goes to the woods, it seems like it's always more after her. And everybody at Granny's always said, when Mom stayed the night to take care of Granny, it was always the worst. It was always after her. And I can't even really say, I guess you can't say that it was after her, maybe, but interested in her. Because
attracted to her.
Yeah, because I think that if it was actually after her, I think that it would probably have gotten her at one point.
I agree.
Because didn't you say it chased you from the barn?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it chased her from the barn. And these things can outrun us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it let you get away. She said it didn't her. I said it let you get. And I think, again, it goes back to, it's just a theory that I have. These things know they cannot outright murder you. But say if you was to go to the barn and your mom and dad weren't home and you was mom's age back then, and say you were running from it, but you fell and hit your head, I think that changes the whole scenario, because then they're opportunists and they know they can make that look like an accident or an animal attack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never felt like
Yeah,
that.
or they just disappear.
Right.
Or what if it, you did that, say you fell and hit your head or whatever, and it just like kidnapped you and took you
Yeah,
where it was.
I think
made
it
you
was
disappear. Yeah.
hurting.
See, and Mom says this thing, what she's just now saying. She said she never felt like it was going to hurt her, and she said she feels like it would have backed off. Well, that goes back to
Some of them might.
our theory about the Nephilim, that not all of them are proud that they fell, and some of them are still seeking what they believe they have redemption,
Mm-hmm.
which we know they don't have redemption. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're hopeful, and I would be too if I knew I was going to go to hell. But it's just I don't know.
There's a lot of questions there, really.
Yeah, because there was things down there at Granny's too that would happen, and it's like it wasn't scary, but then there were things that would
Yeah.
happen that, I mean, it just, the hair on the back of your neck would stand. I mean, when I was little, I would cry sometimes. I mean, I'm not afraid to admit it. I cried. I'm
Yeah.
man enough to say it.
You cried?
Yeah.
I'd cry too.
Did you cry?
Huh? I don't think I've cried.
You about cried that night down there when it slapped you because you had tears in your eyes.
Well, maybe that night.
And and poor little Kaylee, she was in the
She
floorboard.
did.
Yeah, she cried.
That was bad.
She cried for a while, but I think she cried on the road down there too, though, when she looked at it, because I think
She said she couldn't help it.
I think she about crawled your leg because Sarah was about to trip over Kaylee.
I'd have done my best to carry her out of there.
But and it is traumatizing to people that have these encounters because you're looking at something that's not supposed to exist.
That's right.
I was playing on the porch
They've
and
told you there's no such thing as a boogeyman.
And
That was scarier than
mom
the
said that was the scariest thing she's ever seen is when she was playing on the porch and saw that thing's face. She said that was scary.
Mm-hmm.
really bad.
Lori C says, I think it was infatuated with her. I think they do that.
Yeah.
I think some of them too, like for the investigators that go out there and look for them, I think that they can sense some things like, oh, they're here, just to poke around or whatever, and then they can sense the people that are there to like try to kill them. Kind of like the night that we were on the bridge. I could have been, it's dinner,
Mm-hmm.
whenever it started growling at me. But instead, it did that growl, I think, to warn me and you not to come to the other side of that bridge, or there would have been an issue.
Oh, I knew not
Right.
to go to the other side of
Yeah.
that bridge at night because I felt like if we would have got attacked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we went back and we investigated that bridge after that night, and we didn't know there was a tunnel down there, and there's a tunnel right under there, like a den, I guess maybe, and
Yeah.
maybe it had babies in there.
Could be.
We need to go back down there now that
That's what I was getting ready to
that
say.
everything's. We might go down there tomorrow night.
Candace says, that's a face that you can't unsee. She's right. I mean, that's been years ago, and I can still see that as good as I did that day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Candace, Mom said you're right that she still sees that face just as good today as she did then. She said that's something that you can't unsee.
We need to get you a sketch artist, Mom.
So I guess we need to do to go for our New Year's.
I would probably go there
Let's go to that cave and see it because the grass should be dead
in
now
the daylight.
until dark.
Yeah.
And I'll drop down there and see if I can get like a good look at
You
it.
better let me go down there. I'm tougher.
Yeah, but I'll fit. I'm in good shape.
Are you hearing this, Brooke? Did you hear what he said?
I heard.
But I have another theory I'm working on,
Go
guys.
down there and I'll cave that hole in on you.
Everybody knows that I have this theory about the moon phases that I work on. I have a new theory to go along with that. I've been noticing in a lot of the cases and a lot of the encounters that where people do have encounters, a lot of them were either what they call spook hunting. A lot of them were in the woods looking to get scared with their girlfriends and stuff. But another thing I noticed is when people go down there and they mention these things, they seem to have an encounter. And it started making me wonder about a new thing that I found out that I wasn't aware existed. And they call it a monitoring spirit. And these monitoring spirits, what they do is they watch you. And when you're in a moment of weakness, they, of course, go to the stronger, demons. And if these things, and if my theory is correct, and I don't know if it's correct or not, I'm just going off of my theory. If these things are Nephilim, and they say, 25% of people that have a cryptid encounter have a supernatural encounter, if that's all tied together, then you would have a disembodied demon that would go and tell a dogman or a werewolf or a Bigfoot, this person is looking for you, they're afraid of you, there's fear, and they can get energy off of that.
Oh yeah.
So it goes and tells them, hey, you might have a free dinner over there. So that's why you start seeing things, is because you're, by the tongue is life and death. You're manifesting the disembodied that's going to go tell the other ones, hey, free dinner. Sarah smells really good tonight. I think that's black peppercorn bacon.
Ugh.
But I think that's a possibility.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized?
What's up?
I really think, sitting here thinking about this, that night that we did get growled at on the bridge, that was the night that we had the cookout that we didn't video.
Oh, yeah, we did.
We did cook bacon.
We did cook bacon that night. I forgot about that.
And we did not have time to change before we went.
Yeah, because we made bacon.
Holy cow.
We made bacon Swiss cheeseburgers that night before we left out in the yard.
Oh, so your clothes smelled like burgers and bacon.
That.
Yeah, we did. We love bacon Swiss cheeseburgers.
Maybe not no more.
That's what Sarah's having tomorrow night before we leave.
Oh, I'm coming to your house.
I'm going to make her a big BLT before we go on our spook hunt tomorrow night.
I would eat it. I love BLTs. I'm sorry.
I just love bacon, period.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's this? He says, so I don't know if a Christian can just walk anywhere and not end up dinner if they don't have webs that prey upon. I have a theory about that, and it's another theory. We'll ask Brooks this; she'll have the answer. Brooks and Tracy, this is up to you. Okay, the disembodied demons. That's what I call them. I believe that they are subject to being denounced by the name of Christ. This is my theory.
Yeah.
The ones that are in a physical body, I believe, play by the rules of humans. If a murderer breaks in your house and you rebuke him in Jesus' name, he's probably going to kill you anyway. And I think that is the difference between the flesh and blood and the spiritual realm. Because I think that because we live in a world of sin, that these things have free will the same as we do. But whenever they're disembodied and they're demons and they're in the spiritual world, then, like the Bible says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. I believe that's whenever we can plead the blood of Jesus over them.
Well, okay. I think that any of the cryptids, you can rebuke them because they're,
say hello to your mom.
my opinion, they're satanic. They're demonic. I think you can rebuke any of them. As far as the murderer, that's a person. That's not, that to me, that's different. Now, say they're possessed or something and you do that might thwart them off.
Mhm.
which I've heard that before. I've heard people that had been attacked and said that to people, and they did leave them alone.
Well, there's been people tell me that they have had people that was possessed standing in a parking lot just scream at them,
Yeah, I've had that happen to me. I mean, yeah,
and
I've
that
had
that
that
freaks me
happen.
out.
Can you imagine that?
I've
Going to
yeah,
Walmart, somebody just walking past you and just scream right at you.
That freaked me
yeah,
out.
I'm just 10 foot in the air.
I'll probably start beating them.
I've had that happen to me about 3 times, and that was I was in a car, and like I was turning the corner, and that person had their window down. I had mine down. I didn't know them, and they just god awful scream at me.
Wow.
I've had 3 times and not the same person at different times.
We'd have an issue.
Yeah, but it's the demons. They know.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's still in a flesh and blood body for a little bit. uh, let's see. Let's see. What do you think about whenever he got there and helped his friend and they found that dead dog out there? Do you think that the werewolf that
Uh,
was standing over the dog, do you think it was going to eat the dog, or do you think it was using the dog for bait maybe to get the owner that was looking for the dog?
it probably didn't like the dog barking at it and just killed it. To eat it, yeah, it probably would have. I mean, if it was hungry, but
Probably on all
though
three.
if those guys hadn't come out, it might have carried the dead dog off.
Tracy said.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think they're killing them too, mainly because they're sounding an alarm that something's out there, and they don't want to be. They'd rather hide in the shadows and spy on you than be
It might have
noticed.
been all three.
And it's probably a good thing that his friend did not go look for that creature by himself, and that he did call his friend,
Yeah.
Hmm.
because you notice that they shot it with a 22. And I thought what was really interesting to me in that story is, even though he was using a 22 caliber pistol, it had a major effect on it when he shot it. It actually injured it. It was limping. It left. And a lot of
Mm.
people look at a 22 as, a pellet gun, which statistic wise, a 22 kills more people a year than any other caliber.
Yeah,
And, if the 22 was able to hurt this thing, that tells me, that they are able to be killed. And because I know when I
hmm,
shot that thing in the hog pasture, it bled that dark, blood clotty blood.
Like an
yeah,
artery
Oh, it was
blood.
terrible looking. And it
dark
it
blood.
only went behind the chicken house, and then later on, Dad and my uncle Bob, they seen it run off with something over its back. They first thought it was a sack of feed or something that it was running off with. That's why it came up there. But later on, after they got to talking about it, they believe what had happened is the one I shot was actually over the back of the other one that was getting it out of there.
Hmm.
So if I would have pursued it over behind the chicken house, there was probably something there waiting on me.
Yeah,
So my mom
but
might have saved me that night.
well, you talk about them, you killing them. Uh, if they are Nephilim, they're half animal and half fallen. Then you go back to like David and Goliath. I mean, Goliath was a Nephilim, a giant, inhuman, and he killed him and his
Yeah,
brothers.
knocked him out
So,
with a rock and cut his head off with his own sword.
yeah, and killed his brothers too. So, I mean, I think they are able to be killed. Uh,
So if they're killed and they are an abomination,
mm-hmm.
then they would become disembodied.
That's where your demons come from.
So
That's
do
the
you think that,
spirits of the Nephilim. Yeah.
so if a person say was hunting these things, and say Sarah, let's say Sarah for example, say she she went outside to walk her dog one night,
Oh
Mm-hmm.
man.
and this creature comes running out of the high grass out of the garden, and it grabs her dog and like kills her dog, and then she pulls her pistol out and she like shoots this thing, and she
Uh-huh.
kills it. Right
Mm-hmm.
at that point, if Sarah is not a saved person, is she in danger of a spiritual attack at that time because now it's became disembodied?
Well, yeah, I think so to a point, but also you would have to allow it to come in.
Right. What about attached to her? Could there be an attachment to her property or her house after that?
Now that I think is totally possible
Well, I'm
because
saying it's probably never going to happen.
yeah,
She's already got an
because
attachment over there. His name's Chris.
um, yeah, because the demons can attach to people, animals, or even objects, or
Right.
so objects, a house, it could, yeah.
Lucas says, who do you think is the most vulnerable? I don't believe it's children, but scary for everyone. I disagree. Um, I believe children, based on 411 files of the missing, um, based on us going fishing with our kids and stuff, the interaction that we receive with it to the interaction that the children receive, because it will throw sticks at them, it will throw pebbles at them, it'll make like little cat noises, little,
like trying to play with them.
yeah, like trying to get their attention. So I think they are more interested in the children. And the reason I believe that, children are the most precious to God. And if it was to kill a child, to me, that would be like it trying to really try to hurt God, which, they don't like us. And children are also smaller, they're easier prey, they're
Hmm.
curious, and they're easier to carry and probably more tender. But
Well, and two, I agree with attraction power. The elderly and the sick, because Dave Politis has said, the elderly. There was that one man that was looking for gemstones or something, and he wasn't able to walk, and his friend went somewhere else and came back, and he was gone, and there was no way that man could get up and walk.
Or the
Um,
elderly lady that you told the story about where she was walking her dog and she got attached to the drainage ditch or whatever that
oh
was.
yeah, Brenda Hamilton.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, Another thing too is it makes you wonder: is it because the older people are attacked that have disabilities, and even the children that have? Is it because they have these disabilities? Is it because they're opportunists, and because they have these disabilities? You find an elderly man in the woods that's passed, then they can say, well, he was older, he wasn't in good shape, he had bad health, it was cold
mhm.
that night, he probably perished due to the weather, his age, and everything, and then critters of the woods fed on him
Mm-hmm.
because
Well,
that they're not going to come out and say, well, this was a dogman attack.
and look at it this way. They're part animal. And I mean, what do animals do with their young or their old? Uh, if they let the runt die, they get rid of them, let it starve to death. And the old, they'll shun the old off where they have to go off and die by themselves.
Well, you can tell I wasn't the runt.
You're getting to be the old dog.
Mom said I'm getting to be the old dog though. So, what did you all think about the story about the pig farm werewolf?
Mm,
I
that poor
think
kid.
because they killed that pig and left it laying out there. Uh, oh, we got a person from Twitch on, guys. Hey, good to
Oh,
see you.
hey.
You're the first person to ever comment from Twitch. Uh,
Oh,
I think that
He pulls it up on this side. Tell us where they were from.
I think leaving that pig dead out there like they did, they kind of baited it in.
Yeah. And I
Um,
mean, I guess they normally leave animals out there, the ones that have died, or do they go get them and take them the next day, or what?
kind of the way I understood that story was it seemed like that pig was injured and maybe dying anyway, and he took it
Mm-hmm.
out there and put it out of its misery because he said,
Mm,
I was glad to finally know the pig wasn't suffering no more.
right.
And I think they probably took it and killed it so it didn't have to suffer. And it was
Mm-hmm.
probably one of those things when we get back from running down the road, we'll get rid of the body.
Mm-hmm.
And they left that kid there by himself. And I think something happened to be passing through, smelt the fresh blood because pig blood's
Yeah.
pretty strong.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
And it came up there because he said he seen it, throwing chunks of food in its mouth, swallowing it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And I think it had opportunity to eat that little boy because he said he was crying and how close it was to him and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of those things that kid was he was lucky that it had something else to eat because him being there alone at a pig farm, this thing could have
Yeah.
munched on that kid and then threw the rest of him to the pigs. And guess what the law would have said? He fell in with the pigs.
Here's a question. So you
Yeah.
remember back probably 4 or 5 years ago, whenever all the cows started getting like basically
Killed.
slaughtered, killed, but they really wasn't taking the meat off of them.
Just taking the throat out.
It was just like the throat and part of like the snout and the guts, and they were leaving practically everything else.
Right.
What if that could have been
Can you
like a dog man or something?
Puppy Man UK?
I think it could have been.
Herbert has a question, Mike.
uh, I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm just going to use the last name. I think it's Cadaver. This is a cryptid channel where we talk about cryptid attacks and unknown attacks. And Herbert has a question.
Yeah, it's up.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
He was asking right there.
let's see here.
Mike, do you think a 500 Smith and Wesson will shoot through 2 of these things?
I think it has a real good chance. That's a big gun. Yeah, if it doesn't shoot through both of them, it's damn sure going to drop the one it hits.
Puppy Man wants to know he has muscular dystrophy. He
Uh,
wants to know if that could be a contributing factor to what happened to him.
yeah, I think that any kind of disability puts you at a higher risk of being attacked.
Mm-hmm. Because I think they look at you as a weak. Well, and when they hunt, if they're hunting a herd of deer and all the deer are running, which one are they going to be able to really get? And that's the one that's falling behind, the weaker one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. And Herbert asking about the 500, I think the 500 would be an excellent choice of gun because it's going to put a hole in something. But I kind of felt good to know that a 22 worked, because there's a lot of people out there that can't shoot these higher powered weapons and be able to control them to where they can a 22. And CCI makes a really good 22. Like Kaylee, when we go down there, she carries a 22 revolver with CCI bullets in it, 40 grain CCI bullets, I believe. And she is kind of our bait. So she has the smaller gun. No, not
Well, the
really.
thing with the 22 though that's kind of weird is say you could shoot it in the chest and it might come out as a big toe.
I think if you shoot one of these in the chest, I don't think you're going to be able to penetrate into the chest.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. No, I think
I
if
think-
you're going to have to shoot him through the eyeball or something like that.
Would you compare like their skin to like elephant skin, like thick like that?
I think they would be a lot like a bear. I would say like a bear, like a grizzly, kind of like how I'm built.
Please.
James Bowen said, abnormal investigations. If you drop one, you could be starting a war with them.
Mm.
I do believe that.
Yeah.
What was that story? Ape Canyon. Uh, they shot one that fell off of a cliff, and they was pretty sure that it died. And they came back to their cabin that night and actually threw rocks through their cabin, striking one guy in the head. And I believe they drug one guy out the side of the wall, and they never found him.
Look what Scott
Mm.
said.
Yeah, Scott says they say the chest is solid bone, no ribs.
That's crazy.
So that's almost like an armor plate, like those pigs have.
Wow.
Uh, this one here, I thought was one of the weirdest. The skinwalker at Grandma's story. What did y'all think about that?
Hmm.
I have no idea what was at her house because at
Mm-mm.
first she talks about seeing this thing sitting out by the barn and a chair and everything, and I'm like, okay, that might be a skinwalker. But then her grandma goes and sits at the kitchen table at 3 a.m. every night and visits with their deceased family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of cards was she playing too? Wasn't she playing cards?
Yeah, like probably tarot cards.
That's what I was gonna
At
say.
3 a.m., the grandma goes to the dinner table, sits there, and visits with all the deceased family.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if this is true or not, but they say people with sundowners, is what they call it, will do that.
Well, but the little kid that was there seen it too. So you got two people seeing this. You got the old lady and the young kid.
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
They had to use something.
Didn't they say like the ice box opened or something too, or something like that? There was some other weird thing.
Oh, I know. Like ice boxes open, your cabinet doors will open, and they really like to ring your pots. Like if you have pots hanging up, they always say if you're having a paranormal encounter and you have like pots strung up on your ceiling or whatever, that's the first thing that you'll hear hit, and then they'll start with your cabinets.
Well, Brooks has a poltergeist at her house that opens her cabinets.
Yeah.
Oh my!
No. It's my it's the roommate. He leaves every cabinet open.
Oh,
Every time I go in there and I'm going, well, the poltergeist is back. Every cabinet's
I hate
open.
that. That's so annoying.
Uh,
Whenever
Well, you
God.
know, whenever we lived in my grandma's house, because my mom moved, not my granny, this is my grandma. We moved in with her whenever she became bedridden and she was blind and she had some other things. And my mom took care of her full time. And we gave up our home to move in with her and to take care of her, which was worth it because she was awesome. She was, she was grandma. And
Hmm.
she had in the front room, it was like a long deal and it had little bitty bells on it, kind of like wind chimes.
oh yeah, I remember
Hmm.
And she had a long, narrow front room. It was like really long and narrow. And she had like a beam that went across the middle of the front room, and then she had her bells hanging there. My dad told me that my grandpa that had died there, he died on the back porch. Dad said he comes in here and he rings the bells. Well, she had a little room in the house that she called it her paint room. She done a lot of like artex and quilt making and stuff like that. And she was amazing. You could ask her any number you wanted to, and she would tell you the color that number matched. But we was in there, and I would see like a black shadow go from the front room to the paint room. And I told Dad about it, and Dad said, "Oh, that's just Grandpa. Every now and then he'll even come in the front room and ring the bells." And I said, "No." Oh, he did. I think we ended up taking the bells down, didn't we, Mom?
Yeah.
Huh.
'Cause we would be laying
Scare
in,
you to death.
yeah, because we'd be laying in there at night, and the bells just go to ringing.
Right.
So we took the
Huh.
bells down.
Wow.
Sarah said
Tony
Sarah wants the bells with the picture of leaning feather.
No, I don't.
Tony has a question for you, Mike.
Tony.
Uh-huh. It
Let's
says
see.
my question was, do Bigfoot and Dogman hunt together, team up? Do they team up together and hunt?
I have read that they work together in some cases, and other cases that they fight. I spoke to a lady that lives in Oklahoma, and when she moved into this house, she had Bigfoot there. She said one night they had a huge fight out in the back. The Bigfoot and the werewolf, she said, were fighting, and the Bigfoot were ran off. Of course, all I could do was speculate. I would say that most of the time they're
No.
probably not working together.
Yeah.
I would say they're probably compete for territory and food.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know. What do you think, Brooks?
I really think now, my opinion. If I was to have a choice between seeing a Bigfoot or a Dogman, I'd rather see a Bigfoot because I think the Dogman can be, not that the Bigfoot can't, but I would think the Dogman could be very vicious,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think they're the more
Well,
territorial,
aggressive.
dominating
Yeah.
type. Yeah.
well, you remember what Granny said? She she always said Bigfoot is not going to hurt you if you don't mess with it. She
Hmm.
always said he's curious. He
Yeah.
may walk around. He may, do his heavy breathing.
He's nosy
Hmm.
practically.
Yeah, but she didn't really worry about him. But then she'd say, now those other things out there, they'll get you,
Yeah.
you know.
Beverly's asking for prayer. She's out of hospital. She's got pneumonia.
Beverly, let's see.
Beverly Yates right there.
Where's we need to pray for Beverly Yates. She said she just got out of the hospital with pneumonia. Beverly, I pray that the Lord will heal you and make you whole from the crown of your head to the bottom of your feet, and that by tomorrow night on New Year's, you're going to feel complete and whole, and you're going to have a great New Year's and make good memories and have blessings for the rest of the year. In Jesus' name,
A-
amen.
Amen.
Amen. We also need to keep Red Tick Hound and
Yeah, I haven't seen him in the chat
Yes, let's
tonight.
keep Red Tick Hound in our prayers.
hmm
Really, really good guy. And all y'all remember tomorrow night, we're going to go live on location while we're out hunting and stuff. And then we will come back to the house and we will probably go live on our other channel. So if y'all would like to come and visit with us a little bit on Wide Open Adventures, come on over and subscribe. And you can see some of our snacks and food we're going to have tomorrow night.
I'm
I
still
might even,
waiting on my care package.
it's in the mail.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
mailed it
right. Okay.
with Sarah's shirt for you.
Okay. I checked the mail a while ago. It wasn't in there.
Well, that's the postman. He probably ate
Oh God.
it. uh, if anybody has any questions, we're coming to the end of the show, and I'll try to answer them best as I can. And if I don't know the answer, Brooks and Sarah will. Uh, Also, before everybody, if people start leaving, since it's coming toward the end of the show,
Yeah.
I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up. Each one of you mean a lot to us. You're not just a number or anything. You are an individual that we enjoy interacting with and seeing you in the comments and everything. And smash that like button for us if you don't mind. It helps a lot with the algorithm. And again, we really appreciate you all being here. And if we don't see you tomorrow night, everybody have a happy New Year. Have a make a lot of memories with your loved ones because you never know, next year there could be another empty seat at your table. So
That's right.
tell people you love them. Don't regret not saying it. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, we'll take questions now.
Mike's gonna take all the questions.
Yeah,
I
Sarah.
saved us, Brooks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The name of the other channel Rapture is asking is called Wide Open Adventures. I'll type the name in the chat. We do a lot of cooking, outdoor stuff, fishing, stuff like that. It's just a really fun channel. We also
It's a
have a Facebook.
family. It's a family channel. It's not a cryptid channel.
Yeah, and we also have a Facebook page with the same name too. How does funny banner fit with this discussion? Well, let me try to answer that for you.
What is
Banner,
Whenever you deal
they want it to be serious.
with certain aspects of certain things that require you to see the bad in a lot of things, psychologically, you have to have a release. If you don't have a release, it's going to eat you up.
Yeah.
People deal with stress different ways. Some people's is laughing, some people's is joking, some people's is crying, some people's is, removing themselves from it and needing space.
Mhm.
It's all in how you deal with a certain subject. Everybody that's in our channel knows that we're not making fun of anybody that's been hurt by these cryptids,
Mm-mm.
but you have to make light of things. This field is dark. I'm telling you, there is so much darkness in this field that if you did not have the ability to discern the evil here and to let it go and release it, it will eat you alive.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Attraction says, I'm so curious on these bigger Nephilim and the dwarf, Bigfoot, and the Dogman. Do they eat them or police them? I think they compete. I don't think they either one controls the other. I think it's a territorial deal.
Yeah.
Razor's Edge, I haven't heard anything out of Arizona. I haven't heard anything at all. I thought I heard Kaylee screaming out back, so our trap might have worked. No, not really. Well, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you. Oh, wait, don't run off. I had an idea. You about let me forget.
What?
Your fault, woman. No,
Stab you.
I thought of something last night that would involve our subscribers, and it would be a big job for me to do this. And if you want me to do it, put a number 1 in the chat, and we'll do it. And Brooks don't even know what I'm going to say, or Sarah.
No, I have no idea.
Not knowing.
Well, I wrote it down. It's another surprise. Since we
Great.
do appreciate each and every one of you guys in our chat, what if you guys could make like a 15-second video saying Happy New Year, show us what you're eating or what you're doing for New Year's, email it to my email, and I will put all those together in a video clip of 2023 with Abnormal, and we could release that next year.
That'd be cool.
That'd be great.
You
We'd
know,
get to see everybody. We'd get to put a face to the name.
right? And then it would give the moderators, myself, and Sarah, an opportunity to see you guys and what you're eating, and to be able to comment to you guys instead of you guys just commenting to us.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's Red
There's
Tick
Red
Hound
Tick
right
Hound.
there.
There
Tick
he
Hound.
is.
They said I'm in.
But I think that would be something new. I have never seen a channel do that. But
Yeah.
try to keep it around 15 seconds because
Yeah.
it'll be a lot of work making that video.
And you don't have to show your face if they don't want to. They can just show like the food that they're eating.
Yeah, you don't have to show your face. You
Yeah.
can show the food that you're eating. It's just another happy. It's just another new year, and I think that would be a really neat thing to do. And if you all would like to do that, I'll put the video together.
Read that one. I'm not going to put it up, but read it.
Oh, you put it up. And at the end of it, I'll be doing my Hawaiian hula dance in my G strings with my American flag ones. And Sarah, I think she's going to do her dance in her Speedos.
Yeah, it's called twerking and jerking.
Oh, she's going to be twerking and jerking. And I don't know what Kaylee's going to be doing.
I'll twitch.
Maybe Kaylee can go out and dance with her dog.
Kaylee's gonna do the boot scoot and boogie.
Yeah. Now, Sharon, that's not very nice. I was going to get my autographed edition. But yeah, if y'all want to put those together. Herbert said bring the but yeah, if y'all want to send a video in, do that. I'll have the moderators, Randy. Randy's really good at reminding people. Randy, if you don't mind, on our Facebook page and in our chat tonight after this ends, remind people we'll be doing that. And just to email I would say not go over 20 seconds.
Yeah, I'd say 15 would be good.
Try to do 15 seconds. And let's put a video together in remembrance of last year and everything. And
Herbert said, call the cops.
Herbert, are you wanting to see me in a police uniform with my handcuffs and billy club?
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to skip New Year's this year.
Man, that's more food for me.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll send you a 15-second video while I'm eating at my house.
And also, guys, there was something else I was going to don't forget, come over and join our other channel tomorrow night. We'll be live on it. It's called Wide Open Adventures, and you can get 2 lives for the price of 1 tomorrow. They'll get to see you twice.
Then you should feel very lucky.
And,
No, just kidding.
And Sarah's usually the one that carries it around with her the phones, so she likes the lives. And Brooks, I am going to let you lead us out of the year. This will be our last live, except for our tomorrow, for the rest of the year. So, Brooks, I'm going to let you have the stage.
Well, we love each and every one of you. We thank you for your support that you have given us through the year and the mess. We wish blessings on you and yours. And we love you. Thank you.
That means it's your turn.
Oh, doesn't I was waiting.
I'm done.
I was just waiting for the permission.
That was an awkward
Tag.
silence.
Here, I'll tag. You're it.
Awkward.
Now, I just think that we're very blessed, for the year that we had, even though we did have some hard times. But 2024 is going to be a lot better with many more blessings. I know that we're all blessed with the family that we have, and all of you subscribers and our moderators. You guys are our big abnormal family that we have. So here's to another year. I thank God that, we were able to be here this year, and for many more to come that we have with each other and all of you, of course. So thanks for joining the live, guys, and we'll see you next year.
And I would also like to thank the moderators for the excellent job they do, not just on the live nights, but the work that they do behind the scenes and putting up with my late night phone calls and questions. I'm truly blessed to have the team that I have, and I do believe that God led them to me. I know for sure that this was no coincidence that the people I'm surrounded by. I want to thank DDoS for being there with me. I want to thank Dark Waters. I want to thank D.A. Roberts. I want to see peace in the new year coming. That is my main goal. And to Bettina Moss, Jessica Jones, PRT, Nellie, Anthony Mushu, to all of you guys. And if I'm missing any, I'm sorry, but I'm old and I forget names. But I want everybody, all of you guys, have a happy new year. Make a lot of memories, and may you guys be blessed. And until next year, keep your head on a swivel and don't be something's dinner. Thanks for the support, guys, and for watching our videos. We love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night.